It's John Bench Fisherman. Just uh, just getting back from my trip to Wilmington, and thought I would show you all how I clean my equipment when I get back. Talk a little bit about the gear that I take. I have it all right here. Start out with my plug-in rods. This is what I fish for Spanish mackerel with. This is my favorite plug-in rod. Believe it or not, it's not vintage. This is the DX Battle. This is a 4,000, I believe. Not what it is here. Yes, a 4,000 on a Abu Garcia Veritas. Love this rod. It's perfect. It's a 7 foot. It's perfect for. And if I break it, I'm not out a lot of money. It's like a $60, $70 rod, And rods get broken out there when you try to high stick or fish over the braille real quick. Sometimes they just snap. My favorite jigs are for bluefish in Spanish are Joey jigs, made by my friend Joey Jacobs in Wilmington. These things just slay them, just absolutely slay them. He's going to make me some more for next season. And I'm going to clean these up later. I just want to show you my gear. Anchor rod is a Breakaway HDX. This is a 13 foot. Both pieces are together. I use hair ties to keep the rods together. My favorite anchor rod is this awesome Squall CS. This is the casting special. Some people don't like them because when you're holding the rod and this thing digs into you, but for an anchor rod, it doesn't matter. You cast it once, maybe twice a day, and it's just sitting there. But these things cast so good. Now, I can't cast them as good as other people can. My friend Chris Dean, he set my anchor for me at the tournament. In fact, he set everybody's anchors. He's our casting guru. He spooled this thing. You see how much line's on there? Actually, there's less line because I broke my anchor. Pulled it in. It was so far out there. He spooled this reel. This has 17-pound test on. There's 220 yards of 17-pound test. He emptied it. He had to stop it before it went all the way empty with a 6-ounce weight. This is a great rod and reel combo. It casts better than I can cast it. I'm getting ready to strip the line off this reel, clean it up, put it away for the winter. It won't see action until next June. Squall casting special. Breakaway HDX. Great rods. These are store-bought rods. I don't have custom rods. My fighting reel that I use for a tournament. I've got several fighting reels. This is it. I'm getting ready to. I'm gonna strip the line off of it. Put it away for the winter. This is a Penn 16S 2-speed. 2-speed locks into high gear there. Goes back to low gear. Lots of line on it. I use 20-pound test. It's a 20-pound class reel. I bought it used. Didn't pay a lot of money for it. And I use it on a Star. I'm a Star Rods fan. Morehead City, North Carolina. This is a Sequence. Yeah. 6'6". They call it a stand-up rod or a boat rod. It doesn't have a gimbal. It does, but you got to pull the cover off. But this butt won't dig into your gut too bad. And it's no roller guides. It's all regular guides. I don't like roller guides for king fishing. It's something else could fail because kings run fast and that bearing could lock. and it's going to strip your reel line. Could stretch your line or stress the line. What I'm trying to say. My bait rod, we have to catch our own live bait. Look, is using an Abu Garcia 5601. It's a C4. It's actually a C8. I've added 2 bearings. I put the Gomexus handle on it. That thing is slick as a ribbon. This reel is slick. It will cast really well. So I can use it for plugging. We have a four rod limit on the pier, and really 3 is what I've started saying. I realized that's not right. It's 4, but so I've got my plugging rod. But what if my plugging rod breaks? I need a backup, so I can use this for plugging or for bait. And same with the plugging rod. And it's on an ugly stick Tiger Light. Got several of these rods. They are super rods, super rods. I've got 14 to 15 pound test. And basically, we just sit there and jig up and down with sabaki rigs, sabiki or whatever you call them, and catch our bait with it. I like grass shad, spot, pinfish. Those are my favorites. Last but not least, I wanted to show you all something about this. So, I won the Spanish tournament, and I went out on the pier the last day of the tournament. It was a 3-day Spanish tournament. Lots of people catching Spanish. I got to the pier. Johnny Mercer's doesn't have a lot of parking, and the beach was packed that day, which was unusual for a fall day. And I had to park like 2 blocks away. And I thought, well, I'm not gonna get my big cart out. Just all I needed was 1 rod, right? I wasn't fishing for king that day, so I grabbed my cheapest plugging rod on the truck, which was this Pin Fierce 2 and Squadron 3 rod, and a bucket I put a water in there, some food, and some plug-in lures. I used a Sting Silver with this one. I don't have it down here, but I just grabbed the basics. I had a jacket on. It was cool that morning. I walked down the pier. I didn't do a whole lot of fishing that morning. I started catching blues. I started slamming blues. I literally made 12 casts with this thing, and I caught 12 fish. I caught like 10 blues in a row. I caught a small Spanish, and then I threw out there and I caught a really nice Spanish, which won the tournament, 3.1 pounds. Not a monster, but for that day, it was the biggest. For that 3-day tournament, it was the biggest fish. But I want to show you all what I do to these reels to clean them up after being in the salt. And I'll do that real quick. Let me set this down. So I use this stuff right here. I actually take it out on the pier with me on my pier cart. And at the end of the day, I spray my reels down. This stuff here, it's pretty impressive. And I'm cutting that off because I'm getting ready to spray the reels. I don't want it to catch fire or anything, but I don't know if it's really that bad. But this stuff will protect your reels and your rods. I'm gonna show you how to do that. We'll take it all apart. Start out with the tip. All. What I do is take a rag, put it over the tip because you don't want this stuff spraying everywhere. Spray it on there, wipe it down a little bit. Get your next guide. Soak the guide down good with it. We're gonna go all the way down These guys will rust. They'll get that green crustiness on them from the salt water. And this, even though I didn't use this rod and reel a whole lot down there just the one day, it's enough to do it. And on the beach, it's even worse. Now, if you're fishing surf, don't use this stuff every day. It stays a little bit wet, and anything wet on the beach is going to attract salt and sand from the wind. You always have wind on the beach, right? It's blowing salt off the ocean, it's blowing sand down the beach. If you use this stuff every day, you're going to cause more problems than you prevent. Use it at the end of the week or the end of your trip. Okay, take the reel off. Set it down. We're going to clean the rod. And by spraying it on these guides, get the cleaner up into it in places you can't get to just by putting it on the rag and wiping it. And no, this isn't an expensive rod. But you know what? This rod won me a tournament. It means something to me. And I'm probably going to put it up and keep it somewhere, to be honest with you. The rod and the reel. I was amongst elite company out there. Some of the best Spanish fishermen I know. And it felt good to bring home the bacon on that one. On your reel, I will strip this line off. But for now, just spray it. And this thing has a spray feature on it too. Got here spray. Just soak it down good. It will not hurt your line. You can spray your line down with this stuff. It will not hurt it. It doesn't build up like Real Magic does either. I don't like that stuff. Don't recommend Real Magic. There's other products that do pretty good, that do as good a job as the Pen Reel Cleaner does. But I don't use them, and I'm not affiliated with this product. It's something I use. It's one of my favorites. The rotor up here, the line guide, all that give it a little extra spray. It will pick up most salt coming off the water, and when you're plugging, all your lines in the water once you cast it out there, so you're pointing all that salt. Real important to. I'm just going to kind of pull this out and clean it up good. Once you get to a certain point, pull your rag around the rotor and pull down in there. Get out. Do both sides. All the way around the wire. This wire, the bell wire, has been beat against the concrete of Johnny Mercer's pier a few times. This is a brand new reel when I started today, Sunday. I picked it up at a bargain bin at, I want to say it was Sportsman's Wholesalers or something like that in Wilmington. They were selling them last spring for like $20 a reel or something, and I bought a couple of them. And it turned out it's a fantastic reel for a cheap reel. And I got a dozen of these squadron rods I bought on sale off of Amazon a couple years ago. They were selling for like $40 a piece or something. But there it is. I'll pull the line off of it, but that's all you got to do. This is a sealed reel. It's got, I don't know how many ball bearings in it, but it's got seals on the covers and everything. You don't have to worry too much up on the pier. If I was fishing the surf and got splashed a few times, I would worry more about it. Not go to the inside of this reel for years, if ever. I mean, it's sealed for good. But the line will get changed. I change my line for every season. That's what I do after a trip. You take care of your equipment, it'll take care of you. Remember that. So Well, this is John, Bench Fisherman. Thanks for joining me here in my repair corner of the world here. Take care of your equipment. Go out there, catch you a fish. Have some fun. That was so much fun catching fish last weekend. That was so much fun. Thanks for watching. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel. I'll be back with more tips on how I keep my gear alive for fun another day.